Now, ANC-NEC member and Environmental Affairs Minister Nomvula Mokonyane has broken her silence since allegations of bribery against her were made at the state capture inquiry. Speaking exclusively to the SABC at the African Union Summit currently underway in Addis Ababa, Mokonyane said that she has written to the Commission about the allegations made against her and is waiting for a response before she can comment. She also asked the Minister about the issue of climate change.
Back home, the Zondo Commission, your name has been mentioned. Are you going to testify? But also, what's your reaction to the fact that your name has been mentioned?
Thanks for asking me this question. I really welcome it. I have written to the Zondo Commission requesting the submission that has indicated my name. To date, we have not received it. Once we've received that through my lawyers, we will make sure that we prepare ourselves for an engagement with the Commission.
Is this not distracting your work with people calling for you to be removed?
I think objective people will appreciate that there has to be two sides to the story. And up until one presents herself before the Commission and responds in a manner that would really lay this matter to rest, I really would prefer not to talk about anyone who has already cast just judgment or aspersions. Let's wait for the right moment, and let's also patiently wait for the Zondo Commission to provide us with the affidavit that has been submitted.
Now let's turn to the AU issues. You've just concluded a meeting around the challenge of climate change when we had a briefing by the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres. He was very harsh and very strong on challenges facing the globe and really calling on the international community to act. While he indicated that Africa has done well, he is concerned about other regions.
Yes, we have had a meeting of the African ministers responsible for climate change and adaptation. We looked at the progress and the way forward flowing from the session that was held in Poland now in December, and a great deal of work has been done by our own coordinators in ensuring that there's a way forward that looks at how we make sure that the Green Fund really is directed to the developing nations and is directed for good use that can make sure that there is real adaptation on the ground. Thirdly, there's also been a lot of work that is looking at the skills pipeline so that as we deal with the issues of renewable energies, we also invest on skills development, particularly for our young people, for the future, in making sure that realities of climate change do not become a threat, but they become an opportunity. The last issue has been on ensuring that as we're going to be presenting the report to the session that will be taking place tomorrow, all heads of state should follow what has been pronounced earlier today in making a concrete commitment in action, just as we have seen how South Africa, how some of our regions have made it, but all that needs the political will and most importantly the investment on scale.
The political will there, particularly looking at the most industrialized nations?
The challenge has been that the advanced, the developed nations see this as a liability, yet it has to be a responsibility on their side. Putting resources for the Green Fund, making sure that there is direction in terms of changing how business is being done, including energy generation, should not be seen as a liability but an opportunity in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution. But of importance is for every self-respecting nation, particularly in the developed countries, to see this as part of building a better world and ensuring that when we deal with the realities of a globalized economy, we also make sure that we recorrect, we self-correct, and we recorrect what we thought was a correct thing of exploiting the resources, of damaging the environment, in the best interest of self-satisfaction. That is exactly what has to be done, and we're looking forward to the assembly tomorrow as to how it would actually rise to that particular occasion. But all of us who are members of the African Ministers for Climate Change, our own countries, our own leadership has demonstrated this capability.
Zimbabwe this past week has seen political and church leaders trying to find solutions for the mounting challenges that the country is facing.